Hello and welcome everyone, friends and foe alike, to Match 5. Match 5 is about to be underway, but just before we get into that, there's a very interesting statistic that I'd like to show you. This is pulled off of one of my channel analytic pages, and you might notice from the highlighted numbers here, 84% of my watch time is currently from those of you not subscribed. Only 16% comes from my subscribers. So basically, y'all need to subscribe. I mean, I'm not even gonna front. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to subscribe. If you're in this 84%, come on. What are you doing? Join the family. But anyways, moving forward from that, we have Amulet Titan. And we are currently 3-1 in our matches. We're coming in for the last match here, so I'm excited to get it started. Hopefully you are too. And yeah, let's just jump into them. Alright, we're ready to go. You also have to bear with me a little bit. My nose is a bit stuffed up today, so... Well, not really stuffed up. It's runny more so than anything, but... We'll make it through. And we're on the play again. Our opponent is Amulet 1986, huh? Now, I don't know if I can believe that they're playing Amulet Titan, but with a name like that, we might have a mirror here, everyone. And that in mind, can we keep this hand? So if we are playing the mirror, we don't have an amulet yet. The Ancient Strings might be able to find one. We have a Titan and we have some accelerants, but we really need an amulet pronto. This hand's really slow as far as leading on a bunch of tap lands. I don't know. I don't think this hand's going to do it. I'm going to mulligan. It's a little greedy to mulligan that, but... Huh. Yeah, I think this is better. If this is the mirror, then we can blow them out with a Ghost Quarter, hopefully. And if it's not, then we have turn 1 Grazer and some Explorers to keep some velocity up. And by some Explorers, I mean this one right here. You know, the one. Anyways, I'm going to keep it. And what will we bottom? Probably this... I mean, we could bottom the redundant Grazer. I was going to say we could bottom the Bog, but more lands might be better here, although we need to draw a green source anyways. Although we can just play this Cavern on Giant, so... I'll bottom the Grazer, I think. Although that's a little bad against discard spells. You know what? I think I'd rather have the Grazer than the Bog. I'm gonna go with this. Hopefully it doesn't punish us. Our opponent says, "Hi, good luck, my friend," with a smiley face. Alright, so yeah, we'll just lead on this Grazer. And we'll pass the turn. Ooh, Seachrome Coast. So maybe this is Ad Nauseam. Serum Visions. Feels a lot like Ad Nauseam to me. Definitely not the matchup I expected. We'll see if they suspend a Lotus Bloom here. If they do, we might be in for a quicker match than intended. Interesting. Ad nauseum with a name like Amulet 1986. That's funny. I found the Yeah, he says they've been an Amulet player since 2016. But yeah, what was I going to say? I found the Ad Nauseam matchup to be pretty 50-50. I haven't played a whole lot of it. I've played a few matches against it, off camera, obviously. I don't know. Do they have an Azusa tattoo? That sounds pretty cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and explore here. If we find a green source, we might just deploy the Grazer. Although we might need this Cavern of Souls to power through an uncounterable Titan, so I don't know if it's worth it trying to get this Grazer into play off the Cavern. It's an Azusa. Nah. I'm gonna skip the Grazer for now. Especially since Azusa is gonna let us play our lands out pretty quickly. Oh, let me make sure I didn't miss a land drop here. Yeah. So don't quite have a Titan next turn. If we can top deck a Titan now or the turn after, then we'll be looking pretty good. Especially since we can force through a Pact of Negation. So it looks like there's a Phyrexian on life here. That's my guess. Yep. Alright, so we'll play land. We'll play Azusa. And we'll play Cavern Naming Giant and just hope that we can top deck a Titan. This is one of those cases where I'm going to go ahead and swing with this Grazer for value. Boom. Take 0. Ooh, if they had a black land and a spoils, this Oracle would have just been lethal. Seems like they may not have it. Tight. Tight. Come on. Okay. That's not a Titan. So we could Ghost Quarter the City of Brass. They probably play an island and a swamp. I don't think they play plains, I'm not sure. I don't know how good that is. I mean, it might be better than nothing, though. Although, yeah, I don't know. This feels kind of loose, but we don't really have any other options, so I'm going to go ahead and go for this line. Maybe I should have played the Vesuva first, but ultimately I don't think that's going to matter. Go ahead and play out this Vesuva as a growth chamber. Pick up Fountain and gain 2 life, I guess, although it's unlikely to matter. So they do play a plains. Interesting. I saw some lists online somewhat recently that didn't play very many basics. So another unlife is, I think, redundant, right? Yeah, they do the same thing, so it's not like they can get up to 20 poison counters. Titan. Ooh, that Explosives heavily punishes our opponent's unlife plan. That is, if we had the mana to blow up the unlifes. But we currently only have 2 colored sources, so I guess we're just... I mean, we could play Explosives on 0 or on 2. So 0 would only be relevant against the Suspend card, the Lotus Bloom, so that's not likely to be important. But if they do have a Pentad Prism, then Explosives on 2 could be good. I think it's probably better to just wait on it, though, so... Yeah, playing out the second Unlife is actually a little risky here. I guess there's a potential to have a main board Reclamation Sage that I could pack for to blow out the first Rec Sage, but most lists aren't playing that nowadays, and there are some lists that are playing a main board Engineered Explosives, like myself, so I'm not sure that playing out the second Unlife is correct here, to be honest. I mean, it may not matter, of course. We might just get blown out here. Or comboed out, I should say. Although, because of our Ghost Quarter line, they'd have to have both a blue source and a black source. They're currently 2 lands away from being able to Oracle combo us. Alright, well, counter this. If it resolves, we're looking pretty good. Alright, so we have our Titan. We're casting it. What are we doing with it, though? That is a good question. We don't have a main board pack negation to try to play towards. They could, I guess... I don't think they play any main board removal, to be honest. I was going to say they could have like a path or something, but to be honest, they just won't. So instead, I'm thinking a Garrison for the double strike and a Field to get more bodies on the board. And we'll pick up the Garrison and replay it a couple times for this Azusa. Bog doesn't do anything here. Valcut could set up for a Dryad. Actually, setting up for a Dryad might be pretty good. For trying to kill them quickly against these Unknifes. Maybe that's a better line. We have 2 blue sources, so we could get TUS plus Garrison, transmute for, and play a Dryad. Wait, hold on. So we're going to have 1 green, 2 green, and then 2 of any color, 1, 2 blue, and a color here, plus the 2 from the Garrison. And so I think we're going to be 1 short. Wait, no, we got... Oh, wait, we can't float the blue, actually, because we're going to have to pay for the pack. So we can't actually Dryad this upcoming turn, so in that case, I'm going to go for the Field the Dead and Garrison line, because our Titan has to survive on an attack anyways. So yeah, this seems fine. Oh, we're not making zombies because our Vesuva is not a differently named land. That is mildly annoying. I mean, we can't pick it up and play it as something else, though, because this is our green source for pact. So we're just going to pick up I suppose, the Garrison itself. Or we could pick up the Cavern. It doesn't really make a huge difference. I think I want the bounce land in hand. Yeah. So we'll just pick up the Garrison. No reason to keep playing it. Yep. So we'll pass. This is what we got. Again, I apologize for my nose. If I'm able to, I may edit out all of the sniffs and stuff, but it depends on how exactly that works out, so. Paying for pact. Always a good choice. Explorer doesn't really do much here. We'll attack. We're lucky that our opponent is bricking on lands. Looks like our Ghost Quarter ploy worked out probably when it shouldn't have. So this time we'll get T West and another bounce land, I suppose. So we'll get Sanctuary. And now we're finally getting field triggers. And we'll just pick up the Sanctuary, I think. Interesting. Chump blocking. I guess that makes sense. Alright, so we'll play this 2 more times, and then we'll play the Garrison. And I'm going to go ahead and yield to Sanctuary for this turn. Get these triggers out of the way. This is the second land drop, so the last one's going to be Garrison. I mean, there might be some merit to leaving the Sanctuary in play as an extra green source. I think Garrison's slightly better if we end up needing to find a Titan. Again, I find that pretty unlikely, but... And then here we'll pick up the T-West. Definitely lucky that our opponent has not seemed to draw anything that's particularly relevant. So next turn we have on board 16 damage, so we can just on the attack put them down to start doing infect damage to them instead, and then maybe we can kill them with Dryad after that with Azusa in play as well. I think it should be pretty easy. So they have this turn, and I think that's it. I'll go ahead and yield. But yeah, this should be game. All right. They see the line. Huh. So, explosives can kill the 0 drops, but doing that in their upkeep is risky because they can still add Nauseam Combo in their upkeep. It might be better than nothing, and I've had some success blowing up the Pintad Prisms with explosives, but excuse me, it is a little slow. Force of Vigor is definitely good. Reclamation Sage and Beast Within are both great. Obviously, we want all of our counter spells. And then, I don't know if we want the explosives, to be honest. We can cut Explorers. This matchup is not really an Explorer matchup. We can cut a couple Stirrings, although not too many. I like Grazer for powering out Azusa or Dryad on turn 2. We would need to cut one more. I could see cutting one Grazer, perhaps. We could potentially also cut a land. Like, Bajuka Bog is not particularly important in the matchup, and I don't hate that. Interesting. Maybe one Explosives is fine. I don't really think Explosives is that particularly good. It's probably not better than just being proactive, since basically the only thing that it hits... I mean, it does kill Unlifes, though, and that's not irrelevant, although it's pretty difficult to get an Explosive to kill an Unlife unless we just happen to draw our off-color lands. So, I don't know. I'm going to stick with the one Explosives and see how it goes. Although, to be honest, I could see trimming Explosives for a third Stirrings being better, just for the consistency. Interesting hand, interesting hand. I think it's a keep because we have a couple accelerants, a potential turn to Dryad. We have a Beast Within for interaction. I would like to see a bounce land. Other than that, it has a lot of what it needs, so... this Beast Within could blow up a Prism, it could blow up a land if we wanted to, it could blow up an Unlife, so there's a couple things that it can do. So there's our bounce land. I'm going to go ahead and hide the chat, not out of any rudeness towards my opponent, but I think it's better to focus on the gameplay here. Yeah, we'll lead on our Grazer. And then if we play this Garrison, then we get a turn 2 Dryad. So I think that's the line I'm going to go for. Oh no, we're going to have to pay 4 life to put a Dryad in play. How can we ever win doing that? We're just going to be so far behind by that point. I would kind of expect to see a Pentad Prism here. That would be kind of the worst for us. If they do that, there might be an argument to just Beast Withinning the Pentad Prism immediately, because they could just have the spoils and the Grace and the Thassa's Oracle and kill us immediately. And that would be pretty awful. Especially since did they pitch a Spirit Guide for that? No, they didn't. Interesting. I don't love to do it, but I think that we might be too far behind if we don't. So yeah, I think this is going to be the line. This one I feel safe to do on their... Well, if I do it on their upkeep, then they could Angel's Grace and Spoils immediately down to 1 card left in deck, and then draw their 1 card for turn, and then play the Oracle, just by floating the 2 mana from the Prism. So as much as I don't want to take the extra damage here, I know that's very unlikely as well, but I feel like our hand is pretty strongly set up for this particular game at the moment, so I'm just going to go with this play. We just need another turn or two. We've got a Dryad, so that we can immediately start getting Valakut triggers once we play our Titan, and we've got an Ancient Stirrings to find the last land needed for our Titan to be able to come into play, since we just need a green source. And it doesn't even have to be a green source if our Dryad stays in play. It can be any untapped land. So, we'll see. I'll go ahead and throw this Grazer under the bus. It's not really doing much other than making the battlefield look pretty. Another Grazer is not exactly what I was hoping for. But we will play our Dryad. And we'll play this Stirrings. I guess we maybe could have Stirrings first, but... Interesting. So we could take a Gruul Turf and pick up the Breeding Pool, and then replay the Breeding Pool, and that way we have guaranteed Titan mana the turn after. We also would have 4 lands in play, which... Or we could take the Vesuva. No, but we don't want to take the Vesuva. We want that one in our deck, probably. Not in play. We could also take Tolaria West, but that doesn't let us cast a Titan if our Dryad dies. I'm not really expecting it to die again, but that might be something worth playing around. I'll take the Gruul Turf, I think. And I had suggested picking up the Breeding Pool, but it's probably better to get the Garenbrig here. Oh, we can't play it immediately. Oh well. Well, we still have guaranteed Titan mana this upcoming turn, since our Breeding Pool lets the Garenbrig enter untapped, so... We just have to not die, hopefully. I guess if we had taken T-West, we could have tried to wait another turn and T-Wested for Cavernous Souls. Because right now, if they just counter our Primeval Titan, then we could be in pretty bad shape. I mean, I don't think I can play around that, though, to be honest. play out some lands here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I see what's going on. So, weird as it is, we have to float all of our mana here. Alright. And we'll pick up the Garenbrig. And if they got the counterspell, they got the counterspell. They don't have it. Okay. So, we'll get Valakut. And TOS might be wise. So we can transmute for a counterspell if we need to. Although I think if we're gonna untap with this, we're probably just going to win. So getting a Vesuva would play around a Phyrexian Unlife, letting us do a little bit higher damage output. But we can always get the Vesuva on the Titan attack. And plus, getting a counterspell doesn't play around Angel's Grace anyways. I think the Vesuva might be better here. That's fine. We'll copy a bounce land, but we need to make sure we stack the bounce land trigger first, so our Valakut will do the damage it's intended to do. No reason to point anything at this beast here. We're not under any pressure from it. And then we can pick up the Vesuva, I suppose. Yep. We would have had a little bit more damage if we were able to float this as a green instead. Shame. Shooting the beast with one of the Valakut triggers in order to attack would have just netted us one less damage to them, so... We'll see what they have here. They seem pretty on the ropes. I'm glad they didn't have that counterspell. Of course, so if they casted Pact of Negation, they would then have to, on their upkeep, cast Angel's Grace, otherwise they'd lose to paying for the Pact. So, that's what I'm referring to here. So they have Angel's Grace, I assume. Yep. Spoils. Interesting. So they just need to play land and play Thassa's Oracle and we lose, right? Interesting. Let's see what their deck looks like here. They do have Thassa's Oracles. Oh. Maybe they thought they had a Manamorphose? That was kind of unusual. Let me go back. Oh, I can't turn on the chat. Oh well. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, maybe they thought they had access to a Manamorphose to filter the mana. I don't know what really happened there, because they could have used the 2 that they floated to play a Pentad Prism, and then use the Pentad Prism to make 2 mana and play a Thassa's Oracle, and just kill us. So, yeah, I have no clue. Sorry, I have a bunch of alarms going off over here. It's kind of early in the morning for me at the moment. I'll edit that out. But yeah, I guess we win the match. We went 4-1. I'll accept it. Like I said in some previous matches, mainly about Shadow, I don't really expect the Ad Nauseam matchup to be that straightforward. It's usually not. But we'll take what we can get. So yeah, that was the second league with Amulet Titan that I've played on this channel. Another 4-1. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. If you guys are also glad to see it and want to see another match with Amulet Titan, make sure you let me know. I've mentioned it in a few other videos, but I'm also considering playing this Esper list. Although I get the idea that a lot of the people who are watching will have subscribed, I suppose, for Amulet content, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I enjoy Amulet equally as much as I enjoy this deck, so... But it just depends on what you all want to see. If you want to see more Amulet content, let me know. If you want to see some Esper content, let me know. But yeah, with that said, Thanks for coming along with me on this journey, and this is Redface Menace, signing off.